Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. It is 7 p.m. I am all packed and ready for my trip tomorrow. How is everybody doing this evening? Hopefully, everybody can hear me, not like last week. Looks like the mic's working good so far. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Anybody traveling this week? I know a few people are. I have a bunch of clients that are going to Greenland this week. And that's pretty exciting. Tony Diaz, welcome. Hello, sir. How are you? Thomas Murphy, hello. Sana, hello. Let me try to get this live chat working here real quick. See if it's working. Nope, not working. Hates me today. Oh well, what can you do? Looks like it's working, but it is not working. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, the mic seems to be working good. The live chat hates me right now. Yeah, they caught that Danilo Cavalcante. Is that what his name was? Danilo Cavalcante? Yeah, the chat here hates me for some reason. Oh well, we're not going to be able to pop out the chat. Barbara, hello. So if anybody hasn't been paying attention to the news, in the outskirts of Philadelphia here, there was an escaped murderer who was from Brazil, who murdered someone in Brazil, then came to America and murdered his girlfriend, and then was in prison, obviously, thank God, and he escaped and was hiding out in Longwood Gardens here, which is a very popular spot. They had to shut that down. But today they caught him, and he was wearing a Philadelphia Eagles sweatshirt, and he had stolen a gun from someone, but the police dog got him. So happy ending today. Nobody got hurt, thank God. Is anybody traveling this week? Anybody have a cruise going out in the next week or two? Like I was saying, I have a few clients that are leaving tomorrow out of Bayonne and going on a 14-day Greenland cruise. And I just got word that their first port was supposed to be Halifax, and that got canceled. So they're leaving from Bayonne tomorrow. They are sailing all the way from Cape Liberty, New Jersey to Manhattan, New York. And then they are staying in New York for 2 days and then continuing on the rest of their 14-day Greenland cruise, which sucks, but better than not going. Santa, yours is coming up quick. Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. I'm excited to hear how yours is since you're going on escape right before I am. Tony Diaz, any cruises for you coming up? I was watching, 2 days in Manhattan. It's crazy. I was watching Matt this week, but I didn't see Tony Diaz. I probably just missed it. Yeah, that back-to-back on the Bliss is going to be spectacular. I can't wait. I'm glad all you guys have like fun cruises coming up too. Camping trip sounds great, especially with this crazy weather. I will be flying out tomorrow, hopefully, at 10:30 in the morning. I'm flying out of Philly to Orlando. I am spending the day, I think I said this last week, but with when you're a travel agent, there are some perks, which is really nice. But one of the things that you can get is a free day pass. Once a year, you can do a free day pass for the parks. So I'm not going to the Magic Kingdom. I refuse wholeheartedly to go to the Magic Kingdom. But I am going to Hollywood Studios. I'm going to check out some Star Wars stuff. Oh, yeah, the group cruise is in 40 days, right, on Serenade? That's awesome. That will be a blast. I think I'm going to try to do the Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise next year. I'm just going to jump into that, too. I joined the insider, the Patreon for Royal Caribbean Blog. Matt's awesome. It's so great. Anybody else have trips coming up? Can't believe I can't get the live chat to work today. I don't know why. I'm going to try it again. Now that we're live, I'm going to try it. Let's see if it works. I don't think it's going to work. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything going on? So anyway, I'll be in Disney tomorrow. I'll be at the Hollywood Studios. I may build a droid and send it home. And then I am getting on Mariner of the Seas out of Port Canaveral on Friday morning. Dawn, yes, the New England Canada cruise on 10/40. That'll be good. You guys should, the hurricane should be gone. That will be awesome. Brooklyn's a fun port, easy port to go and get out of. Very good. Yeah, Dave, I'm going to Hollywood Studios during the day, and then I'm shooting over to Universal at night. And I'm going to jump in there. They're doing the Harry Potter horror night there. Paul, 46 days till Seascape. That is awesome. Santa, you do see the wheel. That is correct. So for anybody who was here last week, I was telling everybody we read a lot here at our company. For those of you that don't know, we own the travel agency. Obviously, we're here. We have Bite Size Cruises. We also own I own a marketing company called Bite Size Digital, which is where we got the name. So we read a lot for that. We do like podcasts and stuff on books. So we read, business books, and then we read regular fiction and nonfiction books. So this week, the book giveaway last week was the Book of Charlie, and Lori won. The book this week is Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. This is a really, really fun book. Grady Hendrix has wrote a bunch of books that are now like Netflix shows and stuff. He's really good. It's not like super scary. It's like fun scary. But it's How to Sell a Haunted House. If you would like to be in the running, since we're going to spin the wheel, put your name in the chat and just say book next to it or something fun like that. And I will rearrange the wheel here. Lori can't win again this week, so we'll take her out and we'll add anybody else in there. You can see a lot of people's names are up there already. Vicky asked, how do you like Celebrity Summit and the NCL Escape? Those are their two. So I enjoyed Celebrity Summit. You could check out my video. I did a bunch of videos, like a vlog. It was a 10-day cruise. So here's my thing with Summit. I had a really good time. However, what I will say is it was too long for me to be on a cruise by myself on like an older person's cruise, which Celebrity's a little more, especially on longer sailings. And it rained almost every day. So we didn't go to Bermuda because it was raining. We just sat, you couldn't really do anything. It rained in Charleston. We were in Charleston. It rained in Rhode Island. It rained so bad we couldn't get off in Martha's Vineyard. So I spent a lot of time on the ship. The ship is really nice on the inside. They've redone a lot of things. The food was really good. I did Chef's Table. It was amazing. I did all the fancy restaurants. Tuscan Grill was okay. Le Petit Chef I did 3 times because they have 2 different menus and they did a special one. They did like a surf and turf menu. I was there all week. That was great. Sushi on 5 was great. Highly recommend the Chef's Table. That was really, really fun. Escape's one of my favorite ships. We're going on Escape in October 15th, Vicky. So it wasn't sad. I mean, I'm going on the cruise tomorrow by myself, and it's an 8-dayer, and it'll be really fun. But I just got stuck in a rut because it was like my back was hurt. It was not great. JT asked, is there a lazy river on Allure of the Seas? There's not a lazy river. There are some like water features, but there's no lazy river on there. Tony Diaz, your wife's going to Seattle next week for her. What ship is she going on, Tony? Barbara's going on Seascape's awesome. You guys are going to love Seascape. I love it. Such a great ship. The buffet is really, really cute. Dawn said, what are your thoughts on Falmouth? So here's my thoughts on Falmouth. Don't get off the ship. Plain and simple. It's sad, but it is super sketchy right now. I generally I'll do a couple, if I'm in Ochos Rios, people are always like, what should I do? And I'll tell them to do Dunn's River Falls and fun things like that, and Fern Gully. But Falmouth is even worse. It's super sketch. I would not get off the ship. Sorry. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but I would not recommend it. Just enjoy the sea day there. Tony Ovation, that is awesome. Ovation, such a fun ship. I do like the Quantum class. It's weird. I'm so spoiled now. I like Oasis class ships so much more than the Quantum class. The Quantum class ships for me, the thing about Oasis is that Oasis class ships, the flow of the ships are so great. There's so many different neighborhoods with 7,000 people. It doesn't feel, crowded at all. It doesn't feel weird at all. It's just awesome. And on the Quantum class ships, the little area in the Esplanade there gets super crowded, and some of the elevators get really crowded. And 270, which I love, and I wish they did really good shows. I despise the shows in 270, and I love that venue, and I wish it was better. Vicky, it's sad but true. And on Summit, go try all the restaurants. They're so good. And let me know if you need any other. Shoot me an email, and I'll give you things. Dawn, I watched Ben and David's video too. Crazy. It's crazy. Paul, we do sell those t-shirts. I can send you a link if you are interested. We also make custom ones for the same price. So like if you are going, since we own a marketing company, Meg is a graphic designer. So Meg makes a majority of the t-shirts and stuff. So we do a new t-shirt for every one of our cruises. So you'll see, I'll have one for my cruise tomorrow. And then any of the shirts you see us wear, Paul, we can give you one of those, like the cruise day shirts. Just let me know which one you're thinking. And then if you want, we can make you a custom one if you're going on a particular trip that says like cruise day. We could put your names on there. They're like $25. They're not expensive at all, but I'll send you a link if you are interested. And I appreciate you asking. Thank you so much. Vicky asks, for Oasis class, do you prefer inside balcony or the ocean? Here's my thing. I've been on so many cruises. I think like the first 10 cruises I was on, I was on a balcony, right? So like my initial thing was always like, oh, you go on a cruise, you get a balcony, right? You sit outside, you drink coffee, you do all these other things. I've done suites, I've done balconies, I've done everything. To be honest with you, I don't need anything more than an inside cabin. And for the amount of trips that we do, obviously it's economically more feasible for me to stay in inside cabins. I'm going on Mariner. I'm going to be in an inside cabin on Mariner. However, what I will say is I love the Central Park balconies. I don't like the Boardwalk balcony as much. I love the Central Park balconies. I would rather have that than an ocean balcony. I don't know why. It's just like, I love the like peaceful sereneness of the Central Park. And they have like crickets there at night, and there's like birds chirping during the day. The only thing is there, and it's like a personal thing, you don't have privacy. Like if you're out on the balcony, the people on the other side of the balcony can obviously see you, and can people if they look up. I don't care about that. So I prefer the inside balconies. That's just my opinion. Vicky, what do you prefer? Have you done either or both? NCL does solo cabins. I don't know any, Thomas, that's a really good question. The solo cabins with Haven access, I don't know that that's a thing. I've never heard of that being a thing. Like MSC has the inside yacht club cabins, which I did by myself, but I've never heard of that. I would love that. I would do a solo thing with a Haven access, no problem. The solo cabins on NCL in the studio do have studio access, which is like a, little venue there where you get like drinks and cookies and stuff all day. That's really nice. And you can meet other solo cruisers. JT heard MSC is shutting down the private island next spring. I think they're just fixing some stuff and like cleaning up. And I know that they're adding a new facility and a new beach for the yacht club. So far, that's what I know. I don't think it's going to be closed for long. Greg said, looking forward. Yeah, the Mariner's going to be so much fun. I hope it is. I hope we don't run into, crazy seas. I'm taking some medicine just in case. Alicia from our team is here. Hi, Alicia. Alicia, the live chat overlay is not working tonight. I can't get it to work. So I have no idea. But Alicia said the Central Park balconies are so nice. On our team cruise in December, we had all of our balconies were in a row, and they'll open them all up. So we had like a massive balcony. Vicky, yeah, totally. If you don't mind not having a little bit of privacy, generally speaking, those Central Park balconies are a little bit cheaper too, generally speaking. So I would look into that. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia says she's going to fix it for me. It usually works. I just click on the button and put it in and it works. It says no today. Tony said the inside cabin with a view of Central Park are nice. Yeah, I love them. It's literally on the Oasis class ship. It's my favorite cabin. I'm really big on like just reading and peace and quiet. So I really do like that. Once again, if you are interested in the book this week, the book is Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. It's a pretty big book. It's a thick one. It didn't take too long to read. It's an easy read. It's like 400 pages. So if you are interested, just say book in the chat, and I will add you to the board here. Greg asked, do you find that the size of the bathroom and showers are roughly the same in an inside cabin and balcony? We had a balcony cabin on the Princess, and the shower was really small. For the most part, Greg, there's not a huge, there's a minimal difference. There is a little bit of a difference depending on the ship, but it's not anything drastic. So yeah, to me, that's not a big deal. There's a huge difference if you do a suite, right? The bathroom's going to be massive. Travel Agent Troy, hello. Thank you for coming in. Sailing to Canada on Meraviglia. So Troy, we did a bunch of videos on Meraviglia. I like Meraviglia a lot. I didn't like it as much as Seascape. It's very much like Royal Caribbean light. Like it's got the Royal Promenade. The promenade's really cool. I will say that there is like an LED ceiling on the promenade. I enjoyed Meraviglia a lot. I just liked Seascape a lot more. I think you're going to love, if you've been on Royal Caribbean, which I'm sure you've been on Royal Caribbean, Meraviglia is great. There is a mozzarella bar where they make fresh mozzarella. That's exciting. And the pizza's really good. Yeah. Those things are all great. AJ asked what book I'm going to read on the cruise. Thank you for asking, AJ. I am reading, Stephen King has a new book out called Holly. So he had a trilogy series with, it was like Mr. Mercedes. There's like three, obviously it's a trilogy. So there was 3 books and she was like a sub character in those. And then she was in a few other books like The Institute and The Outsider, which Jason Bateman played in the show on. And Stephen King really liked the character a ton, so he wrote a whole book about her, which is awesome. So I'm going to read that because he loved the character so much. Vicky, you are in the running here for the book. I will add you here. I'm going to take out Lori because she won last week. This is where I need AJ and Meg here. Dawn said she's going to be in Meraviglia for a cruise. Yeah, the pizza is amazing. Pizza is really good. The mozzarella is really good. The Caesar salads are good. All the pastas are really good. Food was great. I know people complain about MSC and the food, but on Meraviglia and Seascape, food was amazing. JT asked, have you sailed on MSC World Europa? Meg from our team and her husband, Jared, just sailed on World Europa. They went to Italy, Malta, France, and Spain. They had a good time. They said the ship was really, really weird. They had a hard time getting drinks. There was like a big difference between leaving out of America and leaving out of Europe on MSC. And there's different people embarking and disembarking every day in Europe. So they said it felt more like a hotel than a cruise ship, and it was just a little chaotic. It's also a brand new ship, but the ship is beautiful. I saw the pictures of the ship. We are going on MSC World America in May of 2025. Come join us. Paul asked, is there a ship you would compare Seascape to, or is it a tough one to compare to? No, I mean, it's like a very traditional cruise ship. It's just huge. There's 20 decks. There's a lot of outdoor space, which I love. There are a lot of different pools. A lot of different areas of pools. There's like an infinity pool on deck 8. There's a pool on the top deck. There are some little infinity pools on the side. And there's like there's like different, the chocolate bar there is really cool. Yeah, it's got shops. It's got all the things that like every other cruise ship has. I just like the layout a lot. I loved all the deck space is very intentional. There's an indoor solarium that's like a jungle theme. It was awesome. There's tons of really cool stuff. Thanks, AJ. And Dawn, yeah, AJ was on the Caribbean Princess. We have a bunch of videos on our channel on Caribbean Princess from AJ's vlogs. She did speaking of doing a 10-day by yourself, she did a 10-day Panama Canal on there. And it is crazy. Tony, I can send it to you if you email me. I'll put it on our website too. But if you email me at jp@bitesizecruiser.com, I'll shoot you the info. There you go. There's AJ's review of Caribbean Princess. I really wish the overlay was working because then I could put it up on the screen here. I don't understand why. It's not. Doesn't make any sense. It should just work. Nope. Doesn't care. Doesn't want to work. Any other question? What's everybody else got going on? I don't know if it happened No, it didn't. It happened after that. So we were having a group cruise on Brilliant Lady in April of 2023. Ship was supposed to come out in December of this year, and it is now canceled indefinitely. They're having supply chain issues. So, yeah, we're not doing that group cruise. Ours got canceled, and that's 5 months out. Kaylee going on the NCL Joy next week. First time cruiser. A lot of mixed reviews on the Joy. Hoping to get upgraded to heaven. Please, I hope you do for everyone's sake. Never know. Could. So Meg and I were on the Joy a few weeks ago. We did a bunch of videos. There's a bunch of videos. They're like the newest videos on our channel. If you've seen them, we did vlogs. I did like reviews of every restaurant. We did all the specialty dining. We had a great time. So I don't want to like talk poorly about the Joy. We had a really, really, really good time. The cruise was great. We met great people. The food was great. We saw Footloose, which you're going to get to see, Kaylee. It's not gone until October 24th, I think, or the 14th, something like that. So you get to see Footloose. You get to see the Element Show. They're both great. If you see Footloose, go up to Graham and tell him that John and Meg said hello. He is the bad guy in Footloose. He is a delightful human. We hung out with him at Starbucks. Emmy up at Starbucks in the observation lounge is amazing. You could tell her we said hello too. We saw her every single day. I liked the Joy. We had a great time. There was too many kids and the internet was terrible. Those were my big complaints. It was really, really crowded and with like 1,200 kids, which you shouldn't have. So it might be great. The only thing you're going to see is that there is no pool deck, right? There's a lot of pool deck. There's not much pool. It's like a little small thing there on the side. And it's just laid out weird because it was built for Asia and then they retrofitted it. But the observation lounge is great. All the food's great. You're going to have a great time. I do hope you get into the Haven because then it will not feel as crowded because you can, be up there. Greg said, trying your first 7-day cruise next month without a drink package. Interesting to see how the bill looks at the end. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, Greg, if you don't have a drink package, it does make you think about it more. So you may find that you don't drink as much because you get those like little, you can check it every day and see what's going on. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Dave agreed. Short cruises of 3 or 4 days are party and more kid cruises. Like if you go out of like Miami or Fort Lauderdale down there and you do, Freedom of the Seas or Independence of the Seas out of there, it's a like huge party. It's like a carnival cruise down there. In the MSC app, when adding Wi-Fi excursions, this is JT. Does the price reflect the Voyager Club discount? That's a really good question, JT. It is supposed to, but what I find in the app is that it does not. Sometimes I would do it online. If you have a travel agent and you can absolutely do it through them, and they will make sure that you get the correct discount on that because it shows up correctly for us on the back end. Dave, I know I am going to miss the observation lounge, although I will say it's not as nice. The observation lounge on Joy is nowhere near as nice as the one on Bliss or as big. So the fact that they're making it even smaller is bananas to me. But yeah, that's sad. It's sad that they're taking that away. But they are building a thermal spa, so that should be nice too. What else, everyone? Anyone else have questions? So I keep trying to fix this chat. Oh, I thought I had it that time. No, it's not even showing up. No idea. So I will be leaving Friday out of Port Canaveral. This Hurricane Lee is really weird to predict and see what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on there, so it's going to be really interesting to see if we get redirected. I haven't heard anything from Royal Caribbean, and I called today, so I have no idea. Santa said, question about tipping. I know the special dining package already charged me gratuities, but I feel a little weird not leaving a tip after dining. Do you tip extra? Santa, that's a really good question. So you are paying the tip already. So let's answer that clearly. You absolutely are getting that tip. I do tip extra. So generally, if we're going like AJ, Meg, and I, we will tip $10 each extra. I mean, I just feel bad not tipping when you leave. And then Paul said, should you use the specialty dinner package for all the talk? No. Paul, only use if you're doing like one specialty dining, I mean, if you have unlimited specialty dining, it doesn't matter. But if you only have one or if you have a few and you want to eat at Ocean Cay or Butcher's Cut or something, or you're going on Seascape, like teppanyaki or whatever, you do not use the special dining package. Just use the pay $17.99 and have all you could eat. And you can eat everything. Meg and I sat there for like 2 hours for lunch. And the waiter was really nice, and he just kept bringing fun things out. He was like, just hang out and stay. There was nobody there. He was giving us margaritas. It was awesome. So yeah, don't use it for that. Only use it for the like Ocean Cay, Butcher's Cut, those things. And then the other thing on Seascape, when you guys are on Seascape, there is a conveyor belt sushi. So if you like it, it's a ton of fun. It's expensive though. Greg asked, will you be watching football games next Sunday? Greg, since I am from Philadelphia, I will be watching for Thursday on tomorrow night in Orlando. I will be watching the Eagles play the Minnesota Vikings. But no, I'll be watching football on Sunday as well. I don't think I have an excursion on Sunday. I mean, who knows if we're even going to Bermuda? I have no idea. Yeah, $10 is good. Santa. Dawn said this is likely a cruise credit question. How do I fund my play at the casino? Do I add money to my cruise card? Do I use cash or the card? So you could do whatever you want. In the casino, there is an ATM machine. There's a service charge, of course, because there always is. So you can absolutely just go to the ATM, get out cash. You can bring cash and just put cash in and play. It's totally fine. I've done that. You can use your room key to debit from your room, which is very dangerous, and they will, add it to your bill at the end. So, but you could totally do that. Yeah, anything you want to do. And then Vicky asked that Cafe Al Baccio on Celebrity Summit are the baked goods extra. So the cookies, so there's a cookie scandal going on Celebrity. I'm sure everybody saw Don's video on that. So technically the cookies are free. All the muffins, everything there is free. The only thing you pay extra for are the specialty coffees. It's like, Cafe Promenade on Royal. Gelato on the other side. So when you come to Cafe Al Baccio, the coffee's on this side. On the other side of the ship is still Cafe Al Baccio, but that's the gelato spot. And you can get gelato there, but that does cost extra. If you are elite or higher, you get one free gelato, but the baked goods are free. Dawn said, I thought I read somewhere the slots on MSC don't take cash. That is not correct. They 100% take cash. I did some gambling on that ship. Not a ton, but I definitely spent some time in the casino. They take cash for sure. Yeah. Anybody else? What's going on, everybody? What other fun cruises do you guys have planned? Tony Diaz, you still out there? What other cruises do you have going on coming up? Vicky asked, do I ever do slot pulls? Yes. I love those. So, look, we're big cruise nerds. So I always join the Facebook group. I used to join the Cruise Critic roll calls back in the day. I join all the Facebook groups. Everyone knows my stance at this point on the Facebook groups. I join them until the day of the cruise, and then I exit them because it becomes very toxic and people complain about everything. Only positive energy once I'm on the ship. I don't want to hear everybody complaining about my lobster was cold, blah, 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 blah. Nope, not listening. I love doing the slot pulls. I sign up for them all the time. I think it's a ton of fun. I love doing slot tournaments. I'm down for some casino fun, for sure. AJ said she is looking forward to going up north in a month. Yes, we are going on NCL Escape in a month from Friday. And we only have one sea day or no sea day. I think we have one sea day. We are going to Newport, Rhode Island. We are going to Bar Harbor, Portland, Maine, Halifax, and St. John's. It's amazing. Kaylee said, do you think the NCL Joy will be completely booked for next week? I can, give me 1 minute, Kaylee, and I will tell you exactly if the ship is sold out. for you for next week. I'm just going to log in here real quick. Tony Diaz says, I booked President Cruise next year. Tony, that's going to be a lot of fun. You get to yell at, you can yell at Michael Bailey. See what's going on. Why are they charging so much money? I tried to book Icon again for 2025 or 2026. It's $4,000 for me in an inside cabin. 2 years out. So that ain't happening. Be going on another ship. JT said, I'm taking my first MSC cruise next month on Seaside as a Diamond Voyagers Club. Yeah, status match is the best. Part of this perk is one specialty dining. So you can, for MSC, there's no real urgency for booking them. Their specialty dining isn't particularly crazy. We made all our reservations when we got on the ship, and it wasn't crowded until like day 4. So you should be totally fine when you get on the ship. You could certainly do it like right before if you wanted to, a couple days before, but you don't need to for MSC. The people on MSC haven't caught the buzz yet of specialty dining, not like the other cruise ships. All right, I'm checking this out, Kaylee. Dawn said she only has the cruise of the Caribbean with her sister's friends in Nice in January. Oh, good. I hope he does. I hope he likes the Canada-New England one. That'll be great. It's a beautiful cruise, the Canada-New England, especially in October. It's not too cold. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, the Facebook groups are great. Before the cruise, they're amazing. Like, you get all this information. Everybody's super friendly. You find out everything that's going on, and then it's just a mess. Paul asked, do you come out ahead in the casino, or were your pockets a little lighter? So my pockets are always a little lighter. There have been 2 cruises where I've hit 4. I hit on Norwegian Pearl for $1,600, and I hit on one other one, Royal Caribbean Anthem, for like $1,000, $1,500, something like that, a year or so ago. Kaylee, your question on the Joy for next week. So there are 7, 14, 21, 28. Nah, it's not even close to sold out. There are about 100 cabins still available. So that's a good sign. It's not super duper crowded. Greg said, looking for a 7-day cruise out of New York City on Marivelia. The only port is Bermuda, and it looks like they spend 3 days there. No, Greg, that is awesome. So the 3 days in Bermuda is wonderful. You get there on... You get there like early on the first day, and then you leave by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the third day. But it's great. You get 2 nights there. There are plenty of things. You can go to St. George one day. You can go to Hamilton one day. There are a bunch of different excursions you could do. I highly recommend it. 3 days in Bermuda is amazing. I did 3 days last month, a couple weeks ago. I'm doing 3 days this week. It's not boring at all if I go there. Tony, I get it. Vicky, because the prices are nuts. We booked Icon the first day it came out, so it wasn't terrible. When we booked it, still expensive. It's like the only cruise next year that Meg and AJ are sharing a cabin, which we generally don't do. Everybody gets their own room. But it was so expensive that we had to do it. Utopia was not that bad. We booked it the first day it came out as well, but now it's through the roof. The cabin that I'm in is like $1,000 more. Kaylee, you're welcome. No problem. Anytime. I can look up anything like that. Dawn, yeah, Yacht Club. Oh my God, the Yacht Club Facebook page. Jesus, those people. Yeah, you are going to love the Yacht Club. The Yacht Club is so awesome. We were in the Yacht Club on Marivelia and Seascape. Good times. AJ in the chat was in the Yacht Club on Marivelia as well. Meg and I were in the Yacht Club on Seascape. Vicky, here's my answer to that question. Vicky asked, is Royal outpricing itself? Apparently not. I don't know what's going on. Like the Icon, here's the problem. Icon sold out almost for the entire next year. And that like super Royal suite that's $100 and some thousand a week is sold out. All the suites are sold out. So yeah, it's crazy, but people keep buying them. I don't understand it. I don't know why. And even Wonder, I tried to book Wonder for like 2025. It's still crazy expensive. Dawn, you splurged for a duplex? Yes. Fantastic. Gonna love it. Use your butler for everything. They're amazing. They're great. Yeah, introvert stream being in the yacht club. You can do whatever you want. Kaylee, you can ask as many questions as you want. No problem at all. One last question. There's a snorkel club excursion that's like $200 per person. But if I go on the snorkel club website, you can rent a cabana for two for like $150. Yeah, I think it's one of the things that I've really been seeing lately is that the cruise company excursions are getting out of control expensive as well. The prices are really going up. Here's my advice. Obviously, like with the cruise line, you get they make sure you're going to be back in time. Like we're all adults. If you're going on something like that, you can just make sure you're back on the ship in time. I will say, I don't know the snorkel club. I don't know that company, so I don't know how reputable they are. I'm sure they're fine. I don't have any issues with it. But I recommend if you're not using the cruise line, use something like Viator, which is what we book. We're a partner with Viator, so we get commission if our clients use Viator. But with the Viator, it's super reputable, so we know exactly what we're getting. We know you're going to get back to the ship in time. Otherwise, I wouldn't let people book them. Paul said, Newport's right down the road from us in Rhode Island. Paul, we will be there in just a few short weeks. Stop and see us at the, not at the port because it's a ferry port, so we'll have to tender in. Tony, our cruise to New England is October 15th. We're leaving October 15th on the NCL Escape. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. Greg, the medallion is really cool. I think it's the way that all cruise lines are going to go at some point. MSC does it in the yacht club. The medallion's nicer though. Basically, you can use it to open your door. You can use it to get drinks delivered to wherever you're at. You can order food to wherever you're at. AJ used it, so AJ can give you, there you go. She said it's amazing. So she can give you some good advice there. But it's really cool technology, and that's where the industry is going to go. They can also track you that way. So, like this poor guy that's missing from the Carnival ship or whatever, they can find him, people like that much easier if you have the medallion on. Yeah, it's the week before the group cruise. Correct. Vicky, so far you're the only person who said book. So we'll see where this is going to go. Yeah, any more questions? Anybody have anything going on? So next week so just so everybody knows, I won't be back until the next Saturday. Royal Caribbean has Starlink. I'm going to be we're going to be leaving Bermuda. We'll be on our way out of Bermuda. I'm going to try to do the live next week from Mariner. They have Starlink. We may be able to do it. We're not using any crazy technology here, so we're not using anything fancy. I can't even get my little live chat overlay to work here. I don't know why. But I will. I'll try to do the live stream for sure next week. But I will let everybody know on Instagram, or I'll do a YouTube short or something, letting you know if it's not working. Fred, it's like a weird flaw in YouTube. It screws me up with Matt Hotchberg's lives every week too. I don't know. It's like the way that their time zone is scheduled. It's really crazy. Vicky, yes, only me on Mariner next week. Flying solo for the week. It's a Just John cruise. JJ, Just John. So you get to deal with my musings and me slowly losing my mind again for 8 days on a cruise. Hopefully the weather's good, or else it'll be weird, John. Greg, group cruises for 2024 right now. We had a bunch. The Brilliant Lady one for Virgin got ixnayed. So right now our group cruises are August to Alaska on Bliss. Our Halloween cruise going out of Cape Liberty, which is Symphony of the Seas next October. And then 2025, we're going to have a couple. We're going to announce those soon. I didn't finish up those yet, but I'll let you guys know. And we'll do one more next year. I think I'm doing a carnival one in like June or something like that. Vicky, I will try to make friends. I'm very introverted, so which doesn't seem like I'm introverted, but I am introverted. So I will. I like force myself to go out and talk to people. So I will try to do that and make some friends. Fred, I'm sorry you missed the first half hour. So Fred, we're giving away. So I dropped my blue light glasses. We give away a book every week. So this week's book is Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. If anybody wants to be in the running for it, just put book down in the chat, and I'll add you to the list here. Peter, you are quite welcome for the links to Nova Scotia, and I will send you Southern Caribbean options very shortly. I'm just getting everything ready for my trip tomorrow, but I'll get them all down. Thomas, Panama Canal Group Cruise. I'm down. AJ went there this year. She loved it. I'll do a Panama Canal Group Cruise for sure. I love Colombia. I love Costa Rica. Let me know what month and what year, and I shall plan it. Paul asked, did you start your own marketing company first and the travel business later? Yeah, so Paul, the story is the marketing company is 10 years old. I started the marketing company in 2013. AJ has been with me since later in 2013, so almost 10 years. We have a bunch of other employees. Meg is obviously our other one that everybody sees the most. It's Meg, AJ, and I on the cruises side, which everyone sees. And we started that, like I said, 10 years ago. Meg's been around for 3 years, since right before the pandemic. So the reason the travel idea came up is I love cruising. I've been on a bunch of cruises. So what happened was during the pandemic, we were like trying to plan stuff. It got all screwed up, and we do a lot of like event planning, event marketing. And since I had been on so many cruises and I had like organized and planned so many cruises, we were like, we should just help people do travel. And we originally were going to do business travel, like reward trips. So if your employees had a great year, because that's what we were doing every year. If we had a good year, we would take everybody on a cruise, and it'd be awesome. We'd have a great time. So that's how it started. And we said, hey, let's just do this. And we started doing cruises. Started the YouTube channel a year ago, and here we are. We're doing this. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for asking, Paul. Trish, going on Princess for Super Bowl Sunday. What ship? All right, so we got Fred and Richard in for the book. I got Richard up here already. Richard's up here. I'm going to make Ed Fred. All right. Greg said, Tony on La Lita Loca also described himself. Yeah. Poor Tony has like the weirdest encounters, and Tony is definitely introverted. So I feel him, believe me. Are there any medical conditions that a cruise could turn you away for? The big one is pregnancy. You can't be more than 24. AJ knows this one better than I do. Is it 24 weeks, AJ? Can't be more than 24 weeks pregnant? They don't want anybody, popping that baby out while they're on the cruise ship. For the most part, obviously you would have to be, I don't know, not that I know of. I've never heard of anybody being turned away for a sickness. Unless, like if you're super sick, you can't go on a cruise anyway. So there's no medical conditions that I'm aware of that they would turn you away from. Caribbean Princess again. Yeah, AJ was on there. Loved it. Yeah, the blind guy. Some of these stories, like I don't know the full story. That's why, again, like I look, I appreciate how hard it is to come up with things to talk about every day because we do it, but I don't do news every day. But doing cruise news every day is a chore. So it's hard to get to the bottom of some of these stories, right? So that's why I try to stay away from some of the sensationalist stories because, it's if you have COVID, you can't go on a cruise. Obviously, you would be turned away from that for that, but you have to tell them you have that for them to turn you away, like RSV, anything like that. All right, let's do this book bad boy. So we had Fred, Richard, and Vicky. Anybody else? Last call for the book. Kaylee, the internet, I will say the internet is not great on Joy. However, are you going on the cruise with your mom, Kaylee? Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Paul, as well. We really appreciate it. And thanks. Yeah, anyone wants to learn more about kind of how we got started or anything, I'll do more on that next week. Or about us in general. Just waiting for Kaylee, and then I'm going to do the book. Yeah, if she's going with you. So what I will say, Kaylee, is if you have the internet, text and calls work fine. So I had no issues. I called my parents. My parents are old. I hope my mom's not watching. I just said that. My parents are older. My dad is 92 and my mom's 83. So I call my parents every day to check in on them and I text them. So for sure, you can, and I mean, if she's going to be there, you can text and call and you will have no issues with that. So don't worry about the Wi-Fi for that. Texting and calling does work perfectly fine. It's just all the other like emails and stuff like that are not great. All right, we got Barbara. Barbara, you're already up there, so we're good. Richard, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to add the rest of the names here. We got to put another Fred in. We got 3 Freds, 3 Barbaras, 3 Richards. All right. Oh, Santa, you in? All right. See, Santa, get on. Come on. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia texted me and was like, Santa said book. All right, here we go. Let's do this book thing. Last call. Spin that wheel. It's like a game show. And the winner is Vicky. Look at that. Vicky coming in strong. Santa right next to you. You were right there, too. All right. We need a custom book emoji. You're right, we do. Got it? Here's the book, How to Sell a Haunted House. So Vicky will not be eligible next week. And Lori will not be eligible. She won the week before. So everybody else will still be eligible next week. Also, if anybody has books that they would like to, would like me to read and then give away, shoot me an email and just let me know. And I am happy to read those and then give them away. Vicky, shoot me an email with your address and I shall send it to you. JP at bytesizecruises.com, BYTE. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I will be, you'll see a couple videos that are already done for the rest of the week on Mariner, like the getting ready to go on Mariner. And then I will be doing videos on Disney tomorrow, my Disney hotel. I'm staying at the All-Star Sports Hotel. And then obviously Mariner, the whole trip. We'll do all the vlogs, all the restaurants after. If anybody wants me to try anything or do anything, oh, Ryan, you were so close. We just did the book thing too. No worries. If anybody wants me to try anything like restaurants or foods or excursions, shows, anything like that, shoot me an email and I will try those things while I'm on the ship, and that way I can report about it. So once again, I will we'll be doing the live next week. If the internet's good, I'll let everybody know ahead of time. Have a wonderful couple days, and I will see everyone shortly, and we'll have cruise news on Sunday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.